is love. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
I like that song.
Makes you want to do this.
I know. The whole time. That was like the first thing that came to everybody's mind, right? Everybody went, "Don't hurt me no more." All right, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I have my Valentine here. All right. Aww. Oh, that's nice. Everybody went off for it. Happy Valentine's Day. That's what I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah. So we're looking at Valentine's Day is tomorrow. I hope that, fellas, you have thought through this, right? Like, I don't really care much for Valentine's Day. I participate in it because I'd get beat up if I didn't, right? Like, how horrible would that be? But, like, I use all my good ideas for Christmas. Like, we get to Valentine's Day, I'm like, I got nothing left. And so, anyhow, I posted on my Facebook, like, what not to buy your lady for Valentine's Day. So, the first one, someone wrote, food to make you dinner.
Very bad idea.
Very bad, yeah. And then, gym membership, right? Like, okay, I got you.
Not interested.
Yeah, can you imagine the opening and then the look afterwards? Like, all right. And I also got you this bag of groceries to make me dinner tonight. Cleaning supplies? No.
It's disgusting.
It's a wand, though. You just put it in the bowl and... any appliances at all, anything that has push buttons, don't buy it, right? Like,
no.
Maybe a little bit?
Not really.
And someone on my Facebook said a vacuum would be good. She would like a vacuum. No. Okay.
If you need the vacuum, get the vacuum. Don't make it a Valentine's gift.
Yeah. Sugar-free candy. Hey, you can eat all of that tonight. It's all sugar-free. It's good. Yeah. All right. How about this one? New snow tires. Because you saw the pictures, right?
Right. Well, no.
No? Just walk you out to the minivan and be like, look at that! Now, if you could just go to the store and get me some groceries for dinner tonight, that would be fantastic.
I would cry.
You would. Here's the one for the toilet, right? All right, we got two, right? Two that we kind of went back and forth with today.
This is a debate.
This is the debate that we have.
Which is worse?
Which is worse? Bathroom scale, right? Or gift card. All right, so we're going to let you decide. I said the gift card was the worst, like, unthoughtful gift you could possibly give, right? What if it was a gift card to, like, a gym?
Okay, that's that. We're ready to discuss that.
So, a gift card or bathroom scales. All in favor of the gift card, say yeah?
Yeah! Being the worst?
The worst. That's the worst thing you can give. So, let's vote again.
Okay.
I want to make sure I
What's
get
the
the
worst?
vote. The worst vote is gift cards, yeah? Thank you for settling that debate between us. So, are we having fun, babe?
We are!
Yeah, this is a lot of fun, isn't it?
We're so excited. Did you guys meet Willie, the big frog?
Yeah.
That's waterline Willie. He had to go back to the pond, though, now.
Oh,
He's getting a little dried out.
Yeah, let's all wear a fur suit next week here, see what happens. Yeah, exactly. Man, I'm so glad you're here. And we had to kind of settle that Valentine's debate, because Valentine's Day could blow it for you for the rest of the year when it comes to love and that person, right? Because he or she, they could always come back to that moment. I had a buddy who bought his fiancée their Valentine's Day. His gift for her was a brand new chic razor, okay? That was the Valentine gift. And he told me, I saw the commercial, and I thought, she would love that. I'm like, you ruined it. So for the rest of his life now, Valentine's Day chic razors. See, love is so, like, weird, right? It can be so confusing. It can be painful. Anybody ever have pain because of love, right? I remember my pain that I've had with lost loves, past loves, you know? And love can be just like this thing, this cloud that kind of can hover around us that we can't actually figure out. Well, the next 3 weeks, I want to talk about it with you. I'm not saying that I have it all figured out or that you and I are going to figure it out over the next few weeks. But But I think if we got together and just kind of participated together and shared our hearts together, and I'd love to have your feedback on your Connect card in your pamphlet that you got when you walked in. There's a way for you to connect with me. You can text me. You can leave a voicemail for me. We have a special line for that. Because I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you thought of tonight, what you loved about tonight. Shoot, if you're going to leave if you want to tell us what you didn't like, right? Like you had problems finding the restroom or that. Let us know those things, because waterline is always changing, always moving, and always growing. So we want to learn from you. This is waterline. This is who we are. And so we want to talk about love, because it is this huge, huge subject, right? The first time I ever experienced love, maybe I was a late bloomer, but it was in the 7th grade. Her name was Becky. Yeah. We hate Becky. Everybody at Waterline hates Becky, okay? Becky broke my heart. Let me explain what happened, right? Well, you know Becky broke my heart. I'd be married to Becky tonight, right? It'd be Becky standing up here. So Becky, in the 7th grade, she was much taller than all the boys. I mean, you could pick her out of a crowd. She was playing in the basketball team in 7th grade, and I just thought she was the greatest thing ever. She was funny. I remember the first time I ever met Becky. I was brand new to this school, and I was sitting in the chair, and she was way on the other side of the room. And she turns around, and she looks at me, and she goes like this. And I was like, my heart was like, I'm in 7th grade, I'm like, why do I like her? She's waving at me, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what that feeling was. And so I was like looking at her, and she's like still waving at me, and I'm still going, I'm still like looking down at my notebook, and I look back at her, and she's still waving. And so I just kind of went, put up my hand, and she went, no, not you, the girl behind you. I was like, But I got talking to Becky because she laughed really hard that I, acted like I was having a heart attack because she didn't want to wave at me. And so I went through the whole, first part of the year with Becky. We had all these classes together. She'd always want to sit around me because I could make her laugh. I could just make Becky laugh. And when the tall girls laugh, and everyone else laughs, right? So Becky is, she acts like she likes me. And so one day, you know that feeling, guys, when you're in the 7th grade and that rush of love comes over you? You know what you do. You go home and you write the letter of your life to that girl. And I went home and I pulled out my notepad and I got my pencil and I started writing, Dear Becky, you and me forever. Forever. I will bury you. We're going to grow old together, right? Like, Becky, I love you. And I must have said I love you 30 times in this one-page notebook letter, right? And I'm erasing phrases. I knew I wanted to pen it out real good, and I write it real good. And I took that letter, and of course, it's all in the fold. And so I'm studying folds, and I get it all together, this perfect fold. It's like the size of a little tiny bird. And so I take this love letter to school. And I get there early so that I can stick it in her locker, so that when she opens up her locker, this letter of love would come falling to the ground like a snowflake on a fresh Christmas morning. And she would pick that up, and she would look around, and she would open it, and she would read it, and her heart would just melt, and she'd say, that John Fried, he's one hot guy. And she'd turn around, and there I would be, leaning up against my locker. What's up, Becky? I threw the little note together last night. Pull out my comb, because I had a comb over. And I would comb it over. Put it back in my pocket. Oh man, Becky opened the letter in her locker, and the letter fell out like a rock. What's this? I don't know if she had a bad morning or what. She opens up. Oh my goodness! She goes to all of her girlfriends. You gotta read this letter. You gotta read this. All the girls are laughing. I'm standing at my locker waiting, and I hear the roar of laughter as the note is passed around in 7th grade. I start walking to science class. I hate science class to this day. I start walking to science class. Becky's friends comes up to me. Becky hates you. Becky hates you. Great, that's the reaction I was hoping to get. My love was dashed on the 7th grade floor. I know. Some of you have that exact same story, right? Where your love was dashed on the 7th grade floor. Love is this crazy, confusing thing. The Bible talks a ton about love. Over the next 3 weeks, I just want to kind of unlock this kind of box of love. Let's just look at it, because all of us in this room want love. We look for it. We want it. There's TV shows about it. There's news articles about it. Everything is about connecting together, hoping. People are hoping to find love. And I wonder, though, if people don't actually fall in love, like I was hoping Becky would. I wonder if love just finds us. You know what I mean? Like, some of you who have that Valentine, like, think back on the path that you've been taking to get here. You couldn't have planned that, right? You couldn't have scheduled it. You can't go and buy love. Wouldn't that be great? Like, yeah, I'd like a pack of Marlboros and a big sack of love. You know? You can't do that. I mean, you can't earn love, right? It's like, babe, you cook me dinner, I may love you at the end of it, if it's Mexican, right? Love, you can't earn it, you can't buy it, you just get kind of found in it. I remember when I met Danielle, I just kind of found myself there, and love was there. And so maybe together, if we came together, we would just kind of unlock this idea of what love is. Jesus talks about it in Luke chapter 15. It's kind of where I want to camp out for the next three weeks. Luke chapter 15 is this story where Jesus is surrounded by two drastically types of people. On one side, Jesus has these Pharisees. And the Pharisees were all about religion. I mean, it was like this head thing. Like, they knew a ton of stuff about God. They knew so much about, the world and how it operated, how God was moving it, and all this kind of stuff. And then it was also like this heart thing. Like, they were so afraid that they were going to lose it. They were so afraid that they could just like do something and just blow it and ruin it. And sometimes religion can become this horrible thing where it's this head thing and this heart thing, and you can lose it, and there's guilt, and there's condemnation, there's all this terrible stuff. And so these Pharisees, what they did was, in society, in reality, and in culture, they separated. In fact, Pharisee means to separate, to move out, to get away, to kind of push away everything else that could corrupt, or to push away anything else that they would judge and say, I don't want that coming near me because it could totally blow this for me. But then on the other side, Luke chapter 15, Luke tells us that on the other side there's these notorious sinners, like these people that know that they're messed up, these people that know they don't have it all together, these people that know they've made mistakes, these people that know they're notorious, people know they're not, following God. Jesus has these two camps of people, and they're both kind of leaning in, listening to what Jesus is about to say. So Jesus has this opportunity now to kind of respond to these two camps. And so what Jesus does is, and what he does a lot in the Gospels and in the Bible, is he tells stories, these tiny, beautiful, little tiny stories that have incredible, big meanings. In fact, you could spend the rest of your life just studying and just reading what Jesus told just in stories. Like these powerful stories, they're like you take a pill to get better. These little tiny pills can make your whole body change and react differently. That's basically what a parable is. It's this tiny thing that Jesus just kind of spoke, this kind of story that just opens up this whole new world. He tells them about love. He says there was this lady, and she had 10 coins. Show me 10 coins. You got your 10 coins? Awesome, awesome. This is a participatory time right now, okay? And so 10 coins, and so she has her 10 coins, and she loses 1, right? So now how many does she have? 9. All right, I have a small child, so this is how I think. So she has 10 coins, and she loses 1. Jesus tells this story, this kind of parable, so that it unlocks this idea of what love looks like in reality, what love looks like to God in the kingdom. And so he says that this lady, she has 10 coins and she loses 1, and it says she spends all this time and all this energy searching through her house to find this 1 coin. You and I would look at this and be like, it could be like a penny or $1 or something like that. Like if you lost it, you'd be like, oh man, I lost that. But she like spends all this time and energy, and here's why. And the people who are listening to the story, the Pharisees and these notorious sinners that are kind of leaning in to hear what Jesus is about to say, they know what these coins mean. These 10 coins are not just like any kind of coin or anything like that. These are special coins. See, what would happen is at this girl